And Lord help us. Watch this.
He is a really talented special artist, right? And he just transitioned from being in that pool that everyone's in as a rap artist. Like, they didn't notify him that he's turning into a superstar. There's nobody that tells you now you're being held to these standards that are mainstream standards, that you can't say things and you can't do these different things. And he didn't have a publicist involved. And this is why the response took so long. Even his apology, the first apology attempt at it was what made it worse. You know what it is when a person makes a general statement, because he made a general, he was just on stage. He's not directing that to any individual.
You know you've hit bottom when you're ensnared in a homophobic PR nightmare and you're being offered advice from 50 Cent. In an interview with E's Nightly Pop, 50 Cent called embattled rapper DaBaby, quote, a really talented, special artist, end quote, who is still figuring out how to be in the public eye after igniting a firestorm last month by making offensive comments about gay people and HIV/AIDS, followed by a non-apology and then another apology that he later took back. Asked whether he thinks DaBaby will be able to weather the storm, 50 Cent said he believes he will, saying, quote, yeah, he will, as long as he keeps his consistency with the music. Remember, they canceled Chris Brown 5-6 times, end quote. Of course, 50 Cent's almost 20 years of public homophobia, including attacks on Dwayne Wade's 12-year-old transgender daughter, don't exactly make him the best role model.
Angering. This entire story
The whole
is angering.
thing, yeah. I think we should throw them both in the trash where they belong.
Right.
But I mean, I'm kind of annoyed by the whole statement that 50 Cent makes about, oh, well, he didn't know he's being held to these standards.
Exactly.
Okay.
How about a human being?
Yeah, the standard is common decency.
Yes, exactly.
And he needs to have a publicist. Like, no,
Why? To
girl,
just
you don't
act
need
like
a
a
publicist. You need
decent human
sugar.
being?
Yeah.
Spin,
But
spin, spin.
I also think that this speaks to how widely accepted homophobia still is in the rap and hip hop culture, and we need to change that.
And thank God for Lil Nas X.
You know,
Exactly.
You know, I have to say, before we move on to the next story, I'm going to take it even lower than that observation. This is a flat-out offensive lie on 50 Cent's part. The reason is because when Trump was gaslighting and misdirecting and whitewashing, literally whitewashing, you were one of the people saying, look what he's doing to our community. Now you're turning around and doing the exact same thing that Donald Trump and the radical Republicans and Tucker Carlson is doing to the LGBTQ community.
Right.
Your ridiculous comment that he was only making a general statement, basically taking it out of context, is gaslighting. And it is whitewashing and reinterpreting what DaBaby said. Let me remind you his words. He said on the stage, on tape, everybody hold up your phones and turn on your lights if you've been out in the parking lot sucking dick. That is not a general statement. You're probably going to get HIV, AIDS, and die in the next 2 weeks. That is not a general statement. It was aimed right at LGBTQ South Florida. 50 Cent, you are gaslighting and rewriting history and lying and covering his homophobia. And it is despicable and disgusting. LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ